Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. In this video, we're mostly going to be doing a lot of talking. And by the thumbnail, you guys already know I'll mostly be talking about Akira Toriyama. If you guys haven't heard, he passed away due to like a heart attack and some like diseases and like just all that, which was really sad. But in this video, I just want to talk about like, how Akira Toriyama like affected my life, because I know for the viewers out there, it probably affected your life if you guys grew up watching anime. I definitely did. And Dragon Ball was like one of my first 3 animes ever. Like I watched like I think Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and then Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball really changed my life. Like it taught me a lot of things, and Akira Toriyama like inspired so much manga artists like out there, and like such as like I forgot the name of like the manga artists, but like they made like Naruto and like One Piece and just all that. So he was like an amazing human being. But in this video, I just want to go over like how he affected my life and just all that. I remember like watching like Dragon Ball as like a kid. My dad, he used to watch Dragon Ball, so that's how pretty much I got started watching Dragon Ball, by watching him watching Dragon Ball and just all that. And I wasn't the biggest fan, if I'd be honest, of Dragon Ball just in general. I don't know, maybe when I was like very young, I wasn't the biggest fan of Dragon Ball. But pretty much when Dragon Ball Z came out, it was like when I saw Dragon Ball Z for the first time, it was like one of the best. I don't know, it just like something in me like just sparked, and like it was like at that moment I knew I love Dragon Ball. And like it was, I don't know, something about Dragon Ball Z just like stand out from like Dragon Ball in general. I wasn't the biggest fan of Dragon Ball, like I said, but Dragon Ball Z was absolutely amazing. I remember like coming back home as a kid when I was in like middle school and just all that. Like Dragon Ball was always on Adult Swim. If you guys know that website, it was always on Adult Swim, and just I used to come home and just like watch Dragon Ball a lot of time on there, because I didn't have Crunchyroll, I didn't have money, I didn't have any of that. So all I had was like the TV, and like I had pretty much watched Dragon Ball, and it was absolutely amazing. Also, like he also inspired like a ton of games that I play nowadays. If you guys know, like if you guys have like watched my video for a long time, I make a decent amount of Dragon Ball games, and as you guys know, like Akira Toriyama, he inspired all these like tons of Dragon Ball games like out there, and a lot of them I do play, like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Xenoverse 1 and 2, and then there's like Fighter Z, and there's mobile games like Dokkan or Legends. I played like a lot of those games. I have never played Budokai because I wasn't born at that time when Budokai came out, but I heard from people like how fun Budokai was, and I definitely want to try that in the future, possibly maybe on this channel, but I'm not too sure. But he inspired like so much games that I play on Roblox nowadays, because like I used to play a ton of Dragon Ball game on Roblox. If you guys remember Dragon Ball Z Final Stand, and there was like a Dragon Ball Z, I think it was called Dragon Ball Z Rage. It was sort of like a you just train, like it's pretty much like an AFK game. You pretty much just train and get stronger and just all that. But yeah, man, it's sad to see the death of Akira Toriyama. I mean, his death was so unexpected. I remember at the time, like I was sitting in my bed, like it was like almost midnight, and I was going through Twitter, and I just saw like a tweet about his death. At first I was surprised in a way that I didn't think it was real, but I went online and like searched up Akira Toriyama, and like there was like articles, thousands of like articles. I'm not sure if I'm exaggerating, but there was a ton of articles, talking about how he died, and I was reading one of them. It was like one of the saddest things in my life, because something about like Akira Toriyama, he stood out to me. He was like someone I knew even though I never met him, if that made any sense, because of like how he impacted my life. So yeah, I mean, that's it for this video. I most likely won't be editing anything out. This will be just like a video with unedited stuff. I'll probably have some like music in the background playing, maybe some like gameplay of some Dragon Ball Z games, because like on Roblox of course, but just so, like to show like how he affected my life, and I'm hoping that he also affected your life in a good way too. But with that said, I'm gonna end out the video here, and see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.